you, bone staying with the lips. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit him, just let the rhythm hit him. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. A little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we move the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, not the way, stomping in my big black J.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the punter, Rigoberto Sanchez, on to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. First play and a first pass for Cousins. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Fourth down, Cousins. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Cousins with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Vikings, nothing.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Keneduagu now out of his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Play action now. Cousins. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Hines now on the return. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding when receivers are positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off, actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Following the interception, Cousins. They'll dump this off to Cook. It's a ring of it over. Uses the stiff arm. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. An excellent pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets all the way down the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Cousins. And he whips that one incomplete there. The Vikings at 4-9 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw, Cousins. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception that really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game winning field.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Cook will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, it's Cook. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the...
And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
On 2nd and 9, Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 42. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now it's Ryan. 20! And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tying 7-7.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Colts have moved out in front. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Colts 14, Vikings 7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Play fake. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run once more with Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for Indy. 54 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-7.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They got to get going.
Quiddy Pay able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack on first down, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Cousins on first down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it second down. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on, but the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk-reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage, but you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. First down. Here's Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they are into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to the ground, Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
On third down, Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Out of the end zone, here comes Hines. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Hines to about the 40-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Ryan to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On the delay, here's Hines. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
And Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins. That'll be caught. Rager with it. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. Second and 8 coming up. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
2nd down, Cousins. And complete, right side to Cook. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Cousins again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, Incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On second and goal, Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the handoff, Taylor. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action, Ryan. Catch made here by Campbell. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. He's got his man, it's Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
First and 10, Taylor now. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The end result, 21 yards. On the draw is Taylor. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This is Hines. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On the counter, it's Taylor. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down.
Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Now Cousins. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him. It's another 1st down. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Again, it's Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
To throw is Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. DeForest Buckner picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and control of this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Second down, another run with Taylor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They go play action with Ryan. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Hines. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Ryan. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Cousins. That'll be caught. It's Rager. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. He'll get this right back to Rager. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll throw again. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now, 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league,
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. So this one winds up in